Hi, I'm Dr. David Spiegel, Wilson Professor and Associate Chair of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences at Stanford University School of Medicine and co-founder of Reverie. Neuroplasticity is a phenomenon that more and more people are aware of and talking about. What it means is basically that neurons that fire together wire together. The way you use your brain every day helps to shape the way it will be in the future, because there is a phenomenon called long-term potentiation. When synapses are active, they tend to grow and potentiate further development of those synapses. And there's another phenomenon, long-term depression, where if a synapse is not used, it tends to be suppressed over time. And one of the things you do when you sleep at night is clean out some of those old synapses, because if the brain kept building new ones and didn't get rid of the old ones, it would outgrow your skull. So the brain is constantly reshaping itself. And one way you can be aware of this, for example, is when you're learning a new skill, like riding a bicycle. At first, you have to think about it a lot. You got to practice, you make mistakes. And after a while, you don't even have to think about it, because the circuits in your brain are all set up. So you have body memory of what to do. That's an example of neurons that fire together, wire together, of neuroplasticity. So if the brain is shaping itself every day and repairing itself every night, you want to be sure you're using it in the best possible way. And that means that if you learn to manage stress, for example, change the environment in which you try to go to sleep by not working in your bedroom, but using it for rest and relaxation and pleasure, your brain becomes accustomed that when you're in your bedroom, it's the place to sleep. In the same way, if you learn to handle stressors better, if you learn not to let them cycle into a feedback between mind and body, getting more and more stressed, your brain, after a while, becomes accustomed to seeing a stressor as a challenge rather than a source of frustration. Somebody once said, think of an obstacle in the road as a signpost rather than a wall. Think of it as something that will teach you how to manage your situation better. In hypnosis, you have highly focused attention, dissociation you can put outside of conscious awareness, things that would ordinarily be in consciousness, and you're cognitively flexible. You can see old problems from new points of view. And the more you practice doing that, the more neuroplasticity, which occurs naturally in your brain, helps make that an everyday experience. What you can do to take advantage of neuroplasticity is recognize that everything you do each day is practice for the rest of your life. And so the more you can master everyday problems like pain and stress and insomnia and how you eat, the more it becomes automatic and easier for you to do it in the future. So think of your attempts to manage a problem better as setting up your brain to continue to manage it better over time. You're training your brain to behave better. And hypnosis, because of the highly focused attention, the dissociation, and the cognitive flexibility, allows you to do that more quickly and more effectively. Neuroplasticity is a phenomenon that happens in your brain every day, but you can learn to use self-hypnosis to take full advantage of neuroplasticity and program your brain to manage stressors better. Download Reverie. You can try it free for a week and see how hypnosis can help you change your life.